David Proctor.
Good afternoon. A number of Scots are among as many as 41 hostages being held in Algeria, according to First Minister Alex Salmond. One Briton's dead and several others are also being held by Islamist militants. The Prime Minister has been chairing a COBRA meeting, the UK Government's emergency committee, to discuss the crisis. Algeria expert Nabila Ramdani says the attacks said to be linked to events in Mali.
One of the demands that's allegedly being made by this group of people is to ask the French president to halt the military operation in Mali, or indeed organize the release of 100 Islamists currently being held in Algerian jails.
A Tayside psychiatric nurse has been suspended from practising for 3 months after locking a patient in a room. Susan Sutherland trapped a man in a room in Murray Royal Hospital in Perth in December 2010. She said it was to see what he would do. Ms Sutherland was sacked following the incident. A nursing and midwifery panel ruled that she remains a risk and could put patients at harm. V&A at Dundee has received £4 million in private donations. The money has come from a number of charities and anonymous individuals and is being seen as a major step towards a fundraising target of £45 million. Meanwhile, a new fly-through video of the project's revised plans has gone on display at Abertay University. V&A Director Philip Long is encouraging locals to go to the 3-day events.
We certainly do want to hear the public's views. This is part of our consultation process, and the views that people express we want to look at and take into account as we develop the final designs to be submitted to the city for planning permission in the spring.
It's claimed most sunbed users are exposed to double the safe limit of radiation. Scientists from the University of Dundee say only 10% of beds they tested complied with UV safety limits. They're warning it's putting young people at an even greater risk of skin cancer than previously thought. Sarah Williams from Cancer Research UK says some people still aren't aware of the dangers.
One of the common misconceptions actually is that sunbeds are safer than tanning in the sun itself. This is definitely something we want to address. We want to let people know that sunbeds are not safer than going out and lying in the sun to get a tan.
And finally, proposals have been unveiled for a new train station in Dundee. Transport group Tactran are drawing up a business plan for the £5 million development that will be based at the city's riverside. Tactran say it could lead to the closure of the station at Invergowrie. Dundee West End Lib Dem councillor Fraser McPherson hopes that won't happen.
If there was an additional station, and I stress the word additional to Invergowrie and not instead of Invergowrie, I could see some merit in it in terms of linkages to both the airport and indeed up to Nine Wells. That said, it would have to be sensitively sited, but I do not think it should be at the expense of the current Invergowrie station.
It's 3 minutes past 1.
Wave 102 Sport.